BG, he issued an apology. I made a mistake, and I assumed that it was something it wasn't. I just want to win so bad that I don't just want to use the media when we need to talk about something and we can fix the problem ourselves. I don't add to it in a good light, so that's my bad. Close quote.
But he said you knew the whole story.
It's a lot to discuss.
Come on,
Shady, honestly, you know BG. I know BG. You played with him. I played with him. A lot of drama going on. Y'all gonna get the real here. Yes, you did. Shady McCoy, issue with BG's statement.
Yes. BG's my brother, though. Mind your business. Mind your business. The first thing he said was, I don't know everything was going on, but here's my... How you know? And I'm cool with BG.
He in the locker room.
But here's the thing, though. On offense and defense, though, we even might be cool. Like, I was cool. I chose my man, but, like, I'm not running him my business, what's going on in the offense. And how he know one trying? Because how he know one trying? How he know? I'll just say this, man. As a brotherhood in the locker room, we keep everything in-house.
Yep.
We're not going to media and rapping about this, about that, right? We've seen other teams do that. The thing with A.J. Brown, I think we're all blown out of proportion. They say, yo, what do you need to fix on the offense? I don't know if you guys watch or know, but if he don't have to say anything, the first thing we all gonna say is, yo, the passing game, right? And I think it's because of the potential that the passing game could be. Our offense is already booming. And this is another thing that people understand. The running back loves when the wide receivers in the passing game is working, because now you don't know who to stop, right? Saquon might get 200 yards with a little bit less carries because the offense and the wide receivers are doing well. Another thing is this. Because I talked to AJ, and we are friends, right? And I try to keep my relationship and everything personal and private. But if I don't even mention his name, I'll just say, listen, yo, when you watch the Eagles' offense and you watch tape, not no fan stuff, I'm talking about really watching tape and really watching plays 2 or 3 times, you see that Jalen Hurts is just missing reads, missing throws. And even though we are winning, we not going to beat the Detroit Lions throwing for 100 yards. It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
When you have a number 3 wide receiver in the league, you have the top 3 wide receiver duos, I think, with Smitty and A.J. Brown. We should be smoking teams. And if we're not smoking them, having comfortable leads, all I'm saying is A.J.'s not really wrong, and he didn't throw his quarterback under the bus. And now when a teammate steps out and says this, that, and the third, now A.J. got to answer all these questions, right? So all I'm saying is, on this team, I work with players now. It's weird how the superstar quarterback, superstar wide receiver, they normally get along, right?
No doubt.
And I'm not saying they don't get along, but we've all had beef with their teammate. We might beef, and then weeks later, we might get on the same page. That happens in every locker room. No, I mean, serious. And last thing I'm gonna say is this. If it is beef, right? Yo, my Saquon's job is to run the ball and do what he's been doing. The offensive linemen, their job is to be the best offensive linemen in football, because they are, and they're showing that. The quarterback. Your job, beef or no beef, your job is to read everything, to throw the ball. If he's open, right? Wide receivers. You want the ball? Cool.
Get open and catch it.
Your job is to get open and catch the ball.
James.
So no matter what's going on or what's the issue or who's cool, who's not cool, who's beefing, we got a job to do. I come to work sometimes, not here, but other places, you know what I'm saying? And I might not like the dude I'm working with. Might not like this teammate. But I put all that to the side.
That's Chase, huh?
Because we're trying to win. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at AJ or Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? Or BG. He mind his business a little bit. You know, he's Michigan. He should know that. But all I'm saying is we have a job to do, though. If you do your job, there's no issues.
That's facts. But people aren't doing their job. So there are issues.
Okay, that's something different then.
You know what I mean? What we got? Here's the hard part of having this conversation. Sometimes you know too much. Right? Like, here's what it is. Brandon Graham said the quiet part loudly. He said the quiet part loud. You, if you've been watching since A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts showed up, you know there's tension. Now, it might not matter. Eagles only got 2 losses on the season, so it might not matter. But if you've been watching, you know there's tension. You knew there was tension when last year Jalen Hurts got charged up by A.J. Brown. The first year they played together, that never happened. Now, it's not to say that before the game they're not going to hold hands and pray. It's not to say that after a dope touchdown they're not going to celebrate. But you knew if you've been watching there's tension. You knew if you watched the presser after the game there was tension. Because A.J. Brown simply said, passing. He didn't say the passing game. He didn't say the offensive explosivity. He said passing. That's all he said. And the only person that passes the ball in the game is Jalen. You knew there was beef when after the game they asked Jalen Hurts, hey, do you think y'all should still be having issues getting on the same page this late into the season? And all Jalen said was no. They said, you care to elaborate? He said, no. So I don't want to sit here and act shocked and appalled and flabbergasted that teammates don't get along. Alert, in locker rooms, teammates don't always get along. It don't mean you're not going to win a Super Bowl. It don't mean you're not going to win a championship. It's just the truth of the situation. So what frustrates me is that certain fans are trying to live in this utopian society as though everything is perfect. Oh. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. I was in Eagles teams where players fought each other right outside the cold tub, and they went on to win a Super Bowl in 2017. The two players that fought back in 2015 went on to win a Super Bowl in 2017. And these are big-time players that were throwing hands. So just because you got beef don't mean it's an end-all. It's just real. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all because y'all going to get mad at me on social media. I'm not going to lie and try to act like everything is all gravy. It's not. Now, it's not a big deal. It's not to say they hate each other. But you just got to look with your eyes and you can tell it's not all peaches and cream. So I'm chill because BG's really my dog. Like the second BG got hurt, BG's my dog for real, for real. So I'm a chill, but
y'all fighting outside cold tubs? That's what I took.
Hands worth the wrong.
Sometimes you gotta go down.
Hands worth the wrong.
Yeah, I got a little bit of an issue with it because, like you said so eloquently, there are always issues in locker rooms in the National Football League. I don't care. I've been on some really, really great teams. I've been on some really, really poor teams. And some people on the team don't even know that others are beefing. I say that because the locker room knew that. Not everyone else outside of the locker room has to know what's going on with your beef. You are 11-2. I came on this show today in my ride-in at 3:30 a.m. thinking, man, we didn't have to talk about the Eagles. I said my piece about Jalen. I said my piece about AJ. And then you bring it back to the top of the news cycle, BG, because not only do you say that, and you said you didn't know the whole story, but then you proceeded to tell the whole story. And then you backtrack to ESPN like hour later. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. There's a fine line between telling the media everything and just keeping them out of it. And nowadays with, like, we're going to talk about Debo later. We're going to talk about players all the time now. It wasn't like that when I was there. They feel the need to put all their dirty laundry and air their dirty laundry out there. I think you just need to step back, let AJ and Jalen, we knew there was beef. It was so easy to tell. Like what with the comments, like you said, we didn't need another round at it because we're going to have to talk about it. But I'm just going to even say there's always beef in the NFL locker room.
Correct.
Like,
correct.
There's always beef. Just keep it in the locker room.
Well, I'm going to start off by saying I hated it.
Okay.
Number one, I hate when any player comes to the media. I absolutely hate it, especially if you're in the locker room. I hated it. Number two, BG has the C on his chest, right?
Captain.
When he was playing, he got the C on his chest, which means he's respected in that locker room.
Of course.
Which means he can say certain things in that locker room, which means he can say, hey, bruh, team meeting. Hey, bruh, this and that. He has that responsibility. Been there for 15, 16 years.
15 years.
Right? So, number one, I absolutely hate it because you got a C on your chest. You're saying this to the media, right? You are a captain, and now you're creating questions for everybody else, right? If you are not really in that locker room, you don't know A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts are not friends. You might know that they're not communicating on the football field. That's one thing. But you don't know that they beefing as friends. And you just let the world in on that they really beefing as friends. And now they have to answer questions about that. I've been in certain situations in the locker room to where it could have been wide out. It could have been wide out running back. It could have been wide out DB. And we all know the locker room talks just like any other place talks, right? Awesome. So they used to be coming, hey, bro, man, hey, get me away from bruh, blah, 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 this and that, he this and that, he this. Go talk to him, bruh. That was me. Stop talking to me. Go talk to him. If you got the C on your chest and you know these dudes is beefing, go handle that, Shady. You and D-Jack better get that fixed right now because it ain't no Super Bowl, dog.
What if the people beefing got C's on their chest, too?
Why does that matter, though?
Because they captains as well.
BG say, I love this team. I want to see this team win.
They're all people.
We ain't finna go far if the two-star players that we really need to win football games is beefing. Because now we got pride and all that stuff kicking in, right? Because I'm still trying to figure out why you ain't letting the ball go. For real, I'm still trying to figure that out. So what is the problem? I can't be wide open and I'm an all-pro receiver and you not throwing the ball. Is it something else? Now we starting to dig into that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So for me, go iron that stuff out. And another thing, yes, he stood up there after the podium. He said passing. I hate it when quarterbacks get called out and it's a big deal. Because if it's anybody else on the football field, it's not. Joe Burrow ain't playing well, let's just use Joe Burrow. Oh, the O-line got to block better. Don't nobody come for the O-line defense if they see Joe Burrow getting sacked.
Come on, man.
Oh, the running back got to do this. Don't nobody come out and have the running backs. If the wide receiver dropping balls and he is throwing, don't nobody come out if they saying the wideout got to play better. But every single time it's the quarterback, we can't do that. Brian ain't playing good. Brian ain't throwing the ball. Throw the dude to the all-pro players. Throw the ball to the all-pro players. Throw it to the wide-open guy. Why does it got to be a problem? And why does A.J. Brown got to take heat for saying our quarterback got to play better? I don't understand that.
Everything he said was true. Everything he said, I back you on that. And another thing is, like, we got a job to do, though. It's that simple. Yeah. It's that simple. Where if Saquon Barkley he's first of all, he's a really good person, right? But if he's getting the 10 carries a game, he ain't going to be happy and they 11-1. We talking about superstars here. I know people don't want to talk about it. Oh, my, we're a team. We are a team, right? But it's the reason why you paying me this money. It's the reason why you making him the highest paid. It's the reason why, though. So my thing is feed that. And another thing is, AJ's not asking for more targets. No. That's another thing people understand. Yeah. He's not saying, yo, I want to be Jamar Chase. I watched the game yesterday. Jamar Chase had more touches than the running back. But he don't want that. Yeah. He just saying, yo, the 6 targets, 7 targets y'all giving me, cool. When it's called, throw it for me. Yeah. I actually had to talk to him, just ask him, like, what's going on, right? And I don't want to get too deep into the conversation. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, are you not getting enough targets? It's not this. He said, I'm good with my targets. He's like, but yo, when my play is called, I mean, it's like,
let it go.
It's like if the play is designed for you to get the ball.
We showed 3 up there yesterday.
And so when he's saying that's okay, so now I'm watching though, right? Because sometimes we get in that element where everything I'm saying you're supposed to believe me. Nah, dog.
Let me go fact check.
Let me watch it.
Let me watch the film.
And I'm like, yo, well, the corner. He took the 10-yard out route, and then you deep for the pylon post or corner. Why we not throwing it? Or on a touchdown pass. It don't matter who scored.
The key.
You wide open, though. So, and I've watched these plays in the last 4 weeks. So now I say, I get your frustration. Because you're not asking for more. He was asking what's being given. And my thing is, yo, if I'm the running back and you block it up a certain way, it's my job, my duty to do
Let me ask you this, because there's 2 issues at hand. There's an issue with a beef that might exist between Jalen and AJ, and there's an issue with Brandon Graham telling us about it. Yeah. I got issue with BG telling us about it only because, like, you didn't need to do it.
You didn't.
But in the same breath, hopefully now it might actually get addressed. Because anybody with eyes that can see the tension didn't just start yesterday. Yeah. And it ain't been addressed thus far. So now, BG, that you put a microscope for everybody to see it, I promise you this much, Sirianni, Jalen, and AJ probably all talking as we talking right here, right now, because now at least it has to get addressed.
What happened the last time, AJ?
That don't matter because, like, that's another thing, yo, and I'm not going to keep going into it. You think that they have conversations? Do you think y'all all playing in the field?
They've had conversations.
With all type of superstar players. You telling me you don't think that this was ever addressed between them 3?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay. But between them 2?
Yeah.
I would hope.
They have. But none of the conversations matter. If you're not doing your job, there's no conversation. We can't get on the same page, not get on the same page for your job is to read the coverage. It's open, throw it.
If you guys
get what I'm saying? There's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah. Last year, after they played the Vikings, their home opener last year, okay, Jalen and AJ got into it a little bit after into the media. The next game, AJ had 9 catches, 130 yards. Yeah. So I would expect something similar to this, almost force-feeding the guy. But it's just one of those things, and exactly to Shay's point, unless you actually can do it on the field. My man didn't have a target until 1:50 left in the second quarter. You are a second-team All-Pro in back-to-back years. And you have to find ways to get your best player the football. I get the identity of this team is through Saquon Barkley.
Sir. Yes, it is.
You will need A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, and Devontae Smith to win a Super Bowl, bottom line.
Yeah. And for me, it's simple. Like, even if they do come out here and force feed A.J. Brown, that's not what A.J. Brown is asking for. And to be honest with you, I hate it when people is coming out like A.J. Brown is a diva. And A.J. Brown has really handled the situation fine. It's a bunch of other receivers, and we're going to talk about one that's on Twitter saying a bunch of stuff that will handle this situation totally different, that they an all-pro player. And it ain't just about forcing me to targets on double coverage. I am one-on-one. And sometimes I'm wide open. I'm the first read, just throw the ball. And we getting on AJ for calling his quarterback out.
Here's why there got to be beef, because here's the dilemma. don't nobody call Jalen out for nothing.
Why?
And if you do, you're in the wrong. It's the craziest thing I've seen in sports.
Because we're winning.
But it's the crazy, bruh. If you go on and say, hey, Jalen isn't playing effectively as a passer, all of a sudden you hate. You could say Jalen's an incredible winner. You could say Jalen's an incredible runner at the quarterback position. You could say he's a leader. But let you say that Jalen missed an open read that the whole world saw was open. Yeah. Now you in the wrong. How could you feel in the locker room? Yeah. Because if you doing your job as an offensive line, and you doing your job as a running back, and you doing your job as a receiver, but the quarterback isn't doing his job as a passer, and don't nobody say it, and the second somebody says it, they're a hater, what that make you? Like, that's what I wish people fully understood the dynamics of the locker room. Is like, what's that make you? Because everybody doing their job.
Everybody should be
held one thing, though? You are a receiver, though. Yeah. I don't know no number one receivers. It's not divas. Do you?
Yeah. You're right.
I don't even know. No. You think it's
not all?
Not all.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, name me some, because yo,
Fitz
just
wasn't the diva. I mean, you can.
Whoa, y'all don't even, respectfully. I don't know if y'all know Fitz like
we all want the ball. They all want the ball.
Fitz is, he might not do this way.
He wasn't a public diva.
Yeah. But you know he ain't happy.
They all want the ball.
I think number one receiver with the ball. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I want the number one receiver. I want the ball. So
and you
want the ball. You should.
And you should.
You train it all year long.
But the thing is, I understand he's not asking for more.
No.
Correct.
Look, he deserved 12, 11 targets. Cool.
Yeah. Like
see, that's another thing, though. Saquon's going to get his 25 touches,
As he
right?
should.
Let's just say 30, though. You say 30?
As he should.
Okay, so it's what, 60 plays in the game?
There's 20 passes to go around.
So you telling me out of the 22 targets, or 22 passes that Jalen Hurts
After
got,
bye week.
you telling me AJ can't get 8 of them?
He should easily
Just
get
8? And you telling me that won't help the offense out? I'm a running back.
Yeah.
The pace that Saquon's going on, if his wide receivers is balling out, he might get 2,200 yards now. Because now, I don't need 20-something carries to get my numbers. I can get 150 with 18 touches because the safeties is back now. They're not always in the box.
The biggest thing in this, too, is because I've been in some really good wide receiver rooms to where I was the number 3 option. I've been in some wide receiver rooms where I was the number 1 option. When Coach Mike and the offensive coordinator come in there, how can we get JJ the ball? What plays can we get JJ the ball on? So on those 20 passes, attempts, I promise you Kellen Moore has designed 15 of them
100%. No, 100%.
to go to A.J. Brown. And you are not throwing the ball. That's the only thing. And now once we hold you accountable, it's a problem because you're the quarterback? No, man.
Accountability.
I said, hey, real quick, AJ, are they down on you some plays? He said, Shady, yes. So they ain't like, the quarters ain't doing their job.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.